What's up YouTube? It's Youth Music TV here with another album review. Today I'm talking about an album that was released just yesterday, the fifth studio album from Mayday Parade called Black Lines. Mayday Parade has been around for a decade now, and since they formed in 2005, they've released pretty much almost the same album over and over again that sounds just alike to the one before and never really branched out or did anything different. Just always the same steady pace, polished pop punk, alternative rock, whatever you would like to call them. They were a mix of genres, but they just never really stretched any further than a teen girl fan base, really, in my opinion. Not to say that I didn't enjoy some of their songs. Like, most of the singles from each album were good, but other than that, no. But Black Lines, on the other hand, is a step forward for the band. I'm rather shocked and surprised. Didn't really have any intentions of really listening to it, but I decided to check it out, and I was actually amazed. Right off the bat, with the first song, One of Them Will Destroy the Other, you can tell, like, where this album is really going to go. It's a great example of where the rest of this album is going to end up. It's a lot more actual, like, live sounding based. Also has more mature style lyrics and just overall more clever songwriting. It's a lot more raw than their past material. As vocalist Derek Sanders, as he's singing, as he's going into verses, he'll begin to scream, and then it goes into his singing, which I find very different, and I really like it, and it really works for him. As far as instrumentally, they've toned down on the pop aspect and really add almost more like a grunge rock sound, like kind of like 90s rock. A lot of it, songs like Hollow, mainly reminds me of like a Bush song, which is kind of funny because they just covered a Bush song about a year ago. But it resembles along the lines of bands like Bush and Stone Temple Pilots, and it just has a bunch of guitar work in it that just reminds me of that era of rock music. This time around, the band decided to work with producer Mike Sapone, which has worked with bands such as Brand New and Taking Back Sunday, which I think added a lot of the differences between this and the other albums as far as the mature writing process and just overall sound. It really made the band branch out more, and like I said before, that this album will gain a lot of fans, and it will at the same time keep and embrace a lot of the fans that they already had before. It's a lot of the same like style as before. It's still Mayday Parade, but just a lot more down to earth, if you will. They still keep some of their main roots in songs like Just Hanging On and Narrow and Until You're Big Enough. If you were a fan for the past 10 years, and yeah, you're golden for this record. My absolute favorite track on this album, though, has to be the breakup song called Letting Go. It's just perfectly delivered throughout the entire thing. It starts off as an acoustic track and works its way into the chorus, and the harmonic guitar just blends together so well with the chorus. That is by far the best part of this record. I love it. If you want to check out any song from this record, check that song out. It's called Letting Go. It's the fourth track. Yeah, just go listen to it right now. I know I'm being short and brief with this record, but there's really no negatives I can really throw at this record. It's just good, and it's surprisingly good. So because of this, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. Mayday Parade album got a 5 out of 5 stars in an album review from Youth Music. Wow. Derek Sanders, the vocalist, he stated in an interview recently that he wanted to write a record that wasn't only for the fans like they wouldn't usually do, but he wanted to write a record, as well as the rest of the band, wanted to write a record that was for themselves. And for that, I say, great job, guys. You really pulled it off. You hit it out of the park. This is the best album you have possibly ever put out, and I love it. So, great job, guys. I hope you continue down this path. I don't know what else to say. I love it. And I'm surprised, and I just can't stop saying it. I'm just going to keep going around and around and around in a fucking circle And I love Mayday Parade now.
Oh my god.
All repeating and jokes aside, I want you guys to go check out this record. It's well worth listening to, even if you've never been a fan of Mayday Parade. Go listen to it, because you may like it. And hit that like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've heard the record yet, and if you agree with what I've said, or yeah, just let me know in the comments something. Just tell me anything. You could tell me anything, something that doesn't have anything to do with this, really. Just let's talk. Let's conversate. Anyway, I'll see all of you next time. Peace.